Welcome back to BrookeNJake Make, where I'm not Brooke.
And I'm not Jake.
Today, we are going to play with some paint.
Yay. Getting back to our crafty side.
Yeah. And to do that, we're going to try our hand at what we think we would call spin art.
Yeah, it's like attaching the canvas to a drill. So there's lots of people that do this. And we're going to try it and test a bunch of different types of acrylic paints to see which ones we like the best and which ones are the best for spin art, probably.
Yeah, we looked into it and we're like, let's do spin art. And then I looked into the paint we needed and there was a lot of conflicting information. So we said, let's just try it all.
Yeah. So that's what this video is, testing acrylic paints. But first we need to get the shop ready for some paint.
And just like that, we have a paint studio.
Okay, so we have everything set up and ready to start pouring. We have our first batch of pouring medium and acrylic paint mixed, which is the golden pouring medium and the golden fluid acrylics. Which
I already think that the golden is just gonna work, because that's what, I don't know, it's what you see what I consider famous YouTube artists using. And I'm really excited for these colors because I got to pick these colors.
Yeah, it's also the more expensive of the two pouring mediums that we got. So we're expecting the Liquitex one to not be as good as golden, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and it could just be they have different purposes.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do this on kind of almost kind of like doing a dirty pour, like putting it in the cup and flipping it over. So I'm just gonna pour it in the center and pour them on top of each other. And we'll see how that goes.
It's the one-eyed monster. It's Mike Wazowski. Your blue disappeared, but it's underneath, right?
I'm gonna do just a little bit more of it, and then I'm gonna spin, and then if I wanna add more, I'll add more. Okay, ready?
Ready when you are.
So I think I'm gonna go
slightly higher,
and I'm gonna do kind of like this.
Doing the rainbow technique.
Oh, there's kind of a lot of blue in there, so I'm gonna add some more silver in it. The colors really just kind of blended in together.
I'm almost considering spinning one color at a time next time.
Yeah.
You made a monster.
He's kind of sad.
He's a very sad monster.
Or he's got a really big mouth. All right, ready? Oh boy.
That looks so good. That's fun.
I mean, it is fun, but I want more here.
All right.
So maybe I should do the blue there to like fill it in, you know?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Here we go. I mean, that looks pretty cool.
I like it.
I like it too. So this one is the golden medium with the golden fluid acrylic.
And this is the golden medium with the Liquitex acrylic.
Yes. So to figure out who won this battle between the two of them,
we created some criteria.
yes, we did. We have vibrancy, the overall finished look, the fluid, the fluidness, and the approachability of it. And we also have a tiebreaker if it comes down to that.
Facts.
So, first one is the vibrancy. Which one has better colors?
Golden.
That's this one, right?
Yes. You just introduced the piece and then you ask? Oh my goodness.
There's been so many paints, I'm confused.
True, but we went over it 4 times before starting the video.
Anyways, I would have to agree. It is definitely this one, which is the golden. So that's one for golden.
Yes. I would say overall, there's like an extra shimmer to the golden, and this side before it blended is just a lot more pop.
It is. It is definitely a lot prettier. I would have to agree with you. I still like this one.
Yeah, if you're like 80s tie-dye.
Yeah, but I definitely like the vibrancy of this one a lot better. So the next test is the overall finished look. So did it crack or kind of look funky or anything?
Which I think it's a tie.
I think it's a tie for this one. They honestly both look pretty good. They're honestly
There's no
very
cracks.
smooth.
Yeah, there's no big drips. This one does have drips on the side.
Which so does this one. Like they're both pretty bad on the sides. So
Probably should have cleaned up the sides.
yeah, that's just on us. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Just as a side note, I think one of the things we struggled with was allowing any of our canvas to show through.
Yes, we did.
However, I think that's almost your friend in this. Because like
is.
it adds the streaks, you keep the streaks, you get less of the blend. This is when we said, oh, I want to cover up the canvas. And this is me realizing, oh, actually, no, I miss out on all my streaks.
Yeah, I agree. Once it's dried too, especially like seeing the canvas really is not that bad. I think when we were doing it, we were like, it doesn't look good. But then looking at it on camera, seeing it with the canvas, it looked great. And we were like, why did we keep going?
Yeah.
We should have stopped a while ago.
Like, you can tell every time we go back to add paint, should have not done it.
Yeah.
Leave it where it is after your first spin.
Yep. Okay, so then finish look is a tie, vibrancy goes to golden. So then the fluidness of it. So how well it spun for each of them. And for that, I would generally say that would have to go to golden as well, because I remember mixing the Liquitex paints and it just not being very easy to mix.
It felt thicker or chunkier, which then made it not flow
quite as well.
Which I think honestly is why you
kind of tell,
have more blending overall on this piece than you do this, because this one was ready to fling off and go. This one, you can tell it kind of sat on the canvas a little longer, and before it started picking up its momentum, it mixed, it blended.
Right.
And then it shot off.
Right. So I would say that goes to golden.
I think golden's got it.
Yeah, so then the last one is the approachability of each of them.
Which, approachability-wise, I think it goes to this because
It's cheaper.
it's cheaper. That's the biggest thing is we probably should have done a cost analysis, but
Probably.
I would say this is probably almost double the cost of one of these.
Yeah, and the size, like the golden size bottles are like this big and Liquitex is like this big.
Right, so if you do Liquitex, you'll get a lot more bang for your buck. This one, you'll get a lot less, but you might be a bit happier with how it spins out.
Result, yeah. This one overall really is not that bad though.
No, I think they're both good candidates. I would say...
I think that means the winner is golden though, right?
The winner is golden.
Yeah.
Very bright on the black canvas.
Very bright. I already like it.
Looks like you got your tracksuit ready.
That is what it looks like. It's very 80s tracksuit. All right, here we go. I mean, that's pretty cool.
I don't like that a little bit of the black is showing on this one though, which is kind of surprising. Because on the last one I was fine with the canvas showing through.
Right.
But like this one, I don't know if the placement's weird or what.
Okay, here we go. Well, totally different now.
Yeah, it just kind of blended it in the middle and stopped.
Yeah. I mean, it looks kind of cool though.
You could add some dots of just neon yellow and then spin.
I don't know. It's kind of like a beachy horizon, like the sand and then the water and then like the sun.
Oh, looking at it from that direction. Okay. I could give that to you.
I think I'm gonna leave it.
All right, so these are glitter and gold, right?
Yep, glitter with the golden medium.
I'm gonna do just 3 kind of lines.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how well these are really gonna show up once it's like dried. I think like we'll be able to tell definitely once it's dried what it'll do.
I think it's just gonna, because it's a black canvas, I really think it's just gonna give us kind of like a starry background, which would be good for like painting on top of.
Right.
But I don't think this is gonna be a fantastic painting. We'll find out.
You could barely tell on camera that it literally just looks like white paint.
Here we go. Like I said, it just adds speckled and stars in the background.
You're very glittery though. All the glitter came off and is like on you basically.
Yeah, these clothes will forever have glitter.
Yep.
I'm just gonna make sure this is fully covered at this point. And then it looks like almost all my purple disappeared, so I'm gonna add what I have left of that back down here.
Yeah, it looks like there's just gold left.
Yeah, it must be that the gold or copper is what like sticks out. Very weird.
Yeah, super weird.
I hate it.
Yep, me too. We still have one more of those to do. Woohoo!
Our next battle, boom, 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 boom. Hey, no, you can't poke a hole. See, look.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
This is why I was very, exactly, I was very at peace and ease with it. And I did not react to her first battle. This one, I was like, I'll be the aggressor. She fought back and now she's gonna have a hole in hers. Which is actually mine, because she keeps grabbing my paintings and I keep having to hold hers.
It also blends in with my shirt, so they probably can't see any of what's on here. Not that you can really see much of it in person either. Okay.
Look, now you can see a little more speckles. Capture that off-screen lighting.
Yeah.
Now all you see is a glare.
That's just a reflection.
So, on to the criteria.
First,
glitterific.
Glitterific versus the golden fluorescent high flow acrylics.
Yes.
So this is also golden brand.
And we had never heard of high flow, and we can't tell you the difference, other than high flow looked more neon.
Yes, so it was, obviously it's fluorescent. But
what that
the
word
golden
means?
tube is more like actual paint, whereas when we were mixing the fluorescent with the golden medium, it's more like a liquid, like the droppers basically is what it was. That's the difference.
Yeah, which I guess I'll save one of my comments until we get into the criteria here.
Okay.
Because it does play effect on that piece. All right, let's just jump straight into that part.
Yep.
This is globby. This is a globby mess. When you go to add it to the medium to get ready for it to mix, it goes and it just plops.
It's like a poop plop.
Yeah. I think if you wanted to add it to color or start with it as a starry background for an extra piece that you're going to paint on top of it.
I think it almost not start with it, but end with it as like
you could do that.
An overlay starry background. Because I think if you put this on the bottom, it'll just get covered up and then you'll have like the glitter chunks showing out.
True.
So I think overall it should go over. So the first test is the vibrancy of it.
This is glitter. It's got no color.
Yeah.
It kind of has color.
But to be honest, this one dulled a lot.
This might partly be on our fault. We use black canvases because we thought, oh, sparkles, glitter,
fluorescent.
Like it should be on a black canvas. Well, that may have muted the color some.
So as far as vibrancy goes, I guess it would go to this one or it goes to neither.
Down for both.
Down for both. All right.
Down for both.
That's a 0. 0 for 0. Overall, the finished look, honestly awesome.
No. So I would say
actually,
finished look. Like
if we could get that really good. Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Like that starry.
That's actually really pretty. Okay, I'll give it to glitter. I will give it to glitter because
there you go, glitter.
This
the only thing you'll win.
Doesn't look that great at all. Like looks bad on camera, looks bad in person.
It looks worse in person. It looks better on camera.
It looks much better on camera. Okay, so then the fluidness of it, I would have to give to the fluorescent high flow acrylic.
100%, which definitely caused some blending because it was too flowy.
Right, I think that's part of the problem is too much of it flowed off and that's why it didn't stay as vibrant as what it was when we first put it on the canvas.
Yep, this one, it got great coverage, but you had to spin it for a lot longer because it was just a globby, goopy mess.
Yep.
So maybe we could have increased the medium, but then we probably would have had less density of the glitter. So
yeah, I don't know.
I'll give it to the high flow.
Yep, so 1 for 1. So then the last one is approachability of it. And honestly, I'd have to give that to the high flow as well because the glitter was such a glob and like you have to measure both of them out, but measuring out a liquid type paint is much easier than measuring out like a glob of paint.
Which I don't know if we talked about how we measured it.
We did not. We used a scale.
Yeah, for the mediums it said 10 to 1. Yeah. 10 parts 1 to the other. So we just did 1 ounce and then 0.1 or a tenth of an ounce
of all the paints.
Of all the paints inside of the fluid medium.
And we only did that small of amount because we were using smaller canvases, so we knew we didn't need that much paint.
Yep.
So that means that the winner is high flow.
Which is kind of weird.
It is kind of weird because I feel like both of us were leaning towards the glitterific one.
Yeah.
But we got to go based on what the categories are. So the winner of this one is the fluorescent. Which,
one quick last note, cost-wise, this one is still much more expensive than this one.
Yes.
But the approachability and this factor, this does not instill confidence when you're using it.
No, not at all.
It turns you away real fast.
Yeah. All right, next battle.
I'm gonna go back to classic for this.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna do my 2 blue edges here. My whole color disappeared on the bottom.
Yeah, your really light one disappeared?
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? That's interesting looking. But also, you went too fast and I did not switch over to slow motion shots, so that was not in slow motion.
All right. So for this next one, let's do slow motion and I'll do the exact same thing that we did on the last one. and we'll see if we can figure out why this corner disappears. Looks like a sad, scary clown. All right, so our next battle is the winner of the first round and that, you know, group that got to skip a level and just jump into the second tier.
The ready to pour that is not mixed with any medium. You could just straight pour it on the canvas.
So right away, just gonna say it, approachability goes to this one.
Yes.
Because it's cheap, you grab it, you go, you don't have to worry about, like you said, mixing or any additional prep work. You buy a canvas, find a way to spin it.
Squirt it on there.
And there you go.
Yeah, so approachability goes to this one.
Absolutely.
However, as far as visibility goes.
What's visibility? I thought it was called vibrancy.
Vibrancy, that's the word I was looking for.
We played around with a couple different words.
Yep, vibrancy.
Definitely this.
100% the golden.
It just pops.
It does.
And I will say you were pretty limited in colors. Like they had a good selection. They had enough of a selection so that you could do most of anything you could think of.
Right.
But if you really wanted a deep red and bright white, like you're gonna have a lot harder time finding that than you will in this.
Right. So then the finished look kind of goes, it's kind of along the same lines in this one, honestly. I'd go for that one. I would rather do that one. This one, I do like that it looks like a muffin.
It does.
I think it's kind of funny.
Why is it funny?
Because Jacob used to have a stream that's called Muffin But a Platty, so it's kind of funny.
It might come back, we'll see.
Maybe, hint hint, wink wink, possibly. Anyways, so I would give the finished look to the golden.
Which is interesting because I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you. You can give a little ding or whatever it's gonna be that you do, but golden definitely wins. However, I want to say neither finished product is bad.
No, I don't necessarily think that this one is bad.
I will say this one, if you do a second pour, this one blended its second pour. Yeah. This one you can see the lines of where you added that second pour and then it flowed out.
Which that goes into its fluidness. So like this one definitely didn't flow very much because you can't do an overlay of colors.
Which I'm kind of against blending, but this one didn't blend at all. Like and it also didn't move very much.
It was basically just layer upon layer. So like, I almost feel like it would be really good if you were trying to create a background and then like paint on it kind of thing. But as far as like spin art goes, it honestly wasn't that good.
Yeah, it didn't spin.
No.
Like there's no, gotchas.
Right. So that means vibrancy is golden, fluidness is golden, and the finished look is also golden.
Which
I think the winner is golden.
It won 1 of 4.
It did.
It
got
bad.
Approachability, so you could do it.
It would go against its approachability, but it could make it a slightly more viable option if you mix their ready to pour with like a thinner, like the Liquitex or the golden medium.
Yeah,
to make it just a little more fluid. It might work a little bit better. We didn't test that. We don't plan to test that as far as I know. So,
but you could test it.
You could test it and let us know.
Yeah. So yeah, on to the next one.
which throws us into fluorescent, right?
Ah! It's fine.
Fluorescent versus
golden.
You did leave it. Versus golden. This one's golden. That one's not
golden. This is
well, they're both golden.
This is well, they're both golden medium, but this is fluorescent. That is golden paint.
And that's golden fluorescent paint.
Oh, they are both golden. You are correct.
Golden versus golden.
Golden versus golden. Interesting. However, I think I know which one's going to be the winner, but we'll go through these categories.
Do you want to? Because, like, we could just
choose a pretty clear winner.
I wouldn't mind doing another test to see if the colors hold up on the white canvas. That being said, because you could definitely use these colors on a black canvas without issue, but you can't use these on a black canvas, I am gonna do what I always do and jump to the bottom of the list and say approachability actually makes this one win, even though they're both fluid, or both golden, because this allows you to choose whatever canvas you want. This one is probably gonna force you into a white canvas.
Yeah, probably, because the black canvas definitely did not work out. I would have to kind of agree with that.
And the reason I feel confident in saying that this can work on a black canvas is because these colors aren't as transparent.
Right, yeah, which I would, because they're more paint thick rather than fluid.
Exactly.
So yeah, fluid. The vibrancy I would also have to give to golden, because this obviously lost a lot of its vibrancy. the golden, this is fluorescent.
This is golden fluorescent.
But I'm calling it fluorescent.
Agreed though.
Yes.
Vibrancy, hands down, this wins.
Yes. And then the finished look, also that one wins.
Yep.
As well as fluidness.
They're
honestly
equal
they're
slash
pretty
that
equal.
one.
This one kind of flowed more, but it flowed almost too much to where I feel like it kind of lost some points there.
Which I was gonna say, if we feeling nice, we could be like, it won, so it got a point. But otherwise, this one's just 4 stars or 4 criteria, not stars.
I mean, yeah, 4 stars out of 4 stars.
Da ding.
Yeah. So, I think that means that our winner is the golden paint.
It goes this way, by the way.
With the golden pouring medium.
I would have to agree. For this round, it is the golden paint with the golden pouring medium.
Yep.
All right, so we are done with the spins. We completed all of them for golden and Liquitex and ready to pour and glitterific and so on and so fun. Mini spins.
Lots and lots of spins. It got kind of repetitive by the end of it.
But the very first, I think it got repetitive because we broke it into 2 days.
Yes.
The first day was heckin' fun.
It was a blast.
It was spinning everywhere. We were covered in paint. The second day, we realized we had to do it again. And our bodies
covered in paint again.
Yeah, our bodies were still covered in paint, so we were like, let's cover up more, and then that kind of took some of the fun away from it because you're not getting messy. You're like almost not looking forward to getting messy because you had a full day of mess prior.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Take that what you will. I would spin all in one day if you can.
Yeah, pretty much. Spin it all in one day and like do it once every like a couple months maybe for us.
Yeah.
Like not like very often.
Not every weekend. It's not like an every weekend hobby unless you make it more clean, which you certainly could do if you're not filming it and you put a barrier around it. But like for us, it added excitement.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching this one, and make sure you tune in next week to see who the winner of the Liquitex pouring medium bracket competition is.
You were so good. You were so good for like 2 whole seconds.
That's fine. And Spin art did make us happy, at least for the first day. So we want you to remember to do something that makes you happy every single day.
Every single day. Could have slowed it down so that I could join in at some point.
Sorry. Okay, bye!